Coming up next, Weeknight with Ellie Muller. That's right, it's coming up next on the one and only Nick at Night. When late night TV breaks, we fix it. From the gorgeous YouTube Dome Show, and no, the Nutcracker will not perform during this program. Man, what kind of a show is this anyway? It's Weeknight with Ellie Muller, and now a man who will talk about the Nutcracker tonight, even though the Nutcracker will not perform on this program tonight. Oh boy, here we go again. He is the one and only Mr. Ellie Muller. Ha! Welcome to Weeknight Update. My name is Ellie Muller. What's up? All right. The theme song was composed by Dallas Mathis Piano, and Tori's gaming spot is Weeknight Update Storyteller. And they are two of our Shoutout Spotlight winners tonight, along with Eva Emily, Dragon Ball Level 2004. Hopefully she'll return to this program at some point in the not too distant future. Pierre Kelly, Maggie Elise, and Blingy. Please check all those people out. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for us to find out what's up. Here we go. What's up with the Nutcracker? A ballet about a nutcracker who wants to dance during the Christmas season. Yep, this will be a very classy show. Now, it has been performed every Christmas since 1892. Of course, it became popular 100 years later. Wow, a late dancer. Let's move on. Now wait, the Nutcracker is based on a story by E.T.A. Hoffman. It's called The Nutcracker and the Mouse King. Huh? A mouse was a king in the original story? What? Call Disney! Now! Call Disney! Man! Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for another top 8 list. MP, Elephant, let's go. Right on, boss. Tonight's category, top 8 reasons why everyone should see the Nutcracker this Christmas. Number 8, it features wonderful dancing that you won't find on TikTok. Number 7, it's all real. Number 6, it's historic. Number 5, it makes you smarter. Number 4, it makes you have classy dreams at night. Number 3, it allows you and your family to be sophisticated for about 90 minutes. Number 2, it has been referenced at least 85 billion times in pop culture. And number 1, if you see the Nutcracker with your lover this Christmas, then you and your lover will have a classy and steamy New Year. Wow, that was very profound. Yes, indeed, it was naturally profound. Okay, let's move on. Yes, that is a good idea. Thank you, boys. Thank you very much. You know, draw hashtag Weeknight Update, hashtag Ellie for Weeknight, hashtag Ellie for Awesome, hashtag Spread Love Around, and hashtag Autism is Awesome. Get those hashtags on social media, please. And while you're at it, like this thing, subscribe, ring the bell, share it, and chat it up in the comment section down below. Whatever you do, please do not go anywhere. We will return with the in-between monologue, Toy Story, a moment for everyone, talking time, random advice, and this week's Concept of the Week question. Remember, the name of the program is Weeknight Update. And now, here it is, your vine of the night.
Frosty the Snowman was a jolly happy soul.
There's something very special about this Christmas.
You bet there is, Pat. It's Nick at Night before Christmas. 5 classic Christmas specials back to back, celebrating peace on earth and goodwill to men.
Oh, yeah? Yeah!
Tune in Christmas Eve for the Honeymooners. Pat Boone, Sonny and Cher, Andy Williams, and of course, what would Christmas be without Garland?
Merry Christmas!
Don't miss Nick at Night before Christmas. Christmas Eve starting at 8, 7 Central, only on Nick at Night.
Don't let the holidays sail by without that new carpet you need. Call Empire. We'll get the job done now, and you won't make a payment till next spring.
Christmas movie magic on BBC One.
I will not rest until my father's avenged.
That's my wife!
Get out of it.
Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. Christmas Day, 6:45.
Boxing Day on BBC One, and Auntie's got some new bloomers. And the chaos continues at 6:25 when Big Arnie is put in charge of some little darlings. EastEnders is at 8:10, and how is Grant feeling now that the traumas of Christmas Day are over?
I've never been happier.
Now, why don't I believe that?
At 8:40, size up Christmas with the Porters. At 9:10.
Screams in the night. It can only mean one thing.
The Addams Family are getting into the Christmas spirit. At 11, Radio 1 joins forces with BBC One for the Prince's Trust Gala concert. Boxing Day on BBC One.
More memories from the archives on BBC Two in 20 minutes, marking the fact that today's the day.
Welcome back to the one and only Weeknight update. Yes! Tori's Gaming Spot will tell us another interesting story in a matter of moments. But first, it is time for the in-between monologue. The Nutcracker is a play about a girl who received a magical nutcracker from her grandfather. And during the play, that nutcracker has to fight against a mouse king and his army. It's almost like what we have to go through every day, but there's no mouse king involved. We just have to defeat the mice with mouse traps in our shoes. While the Nutcracker is the star of the Nutcracker play, the other big star in the play is the Sugar Plum Fairy. Think of the Sugar Plum Fairy as the ballet version of a supermodel. Now, the Nutcracker is appropriate for the entire family. That makes sense considering the fact that it's a Christmas story. Now, here's something interesting. The original story went something like this. A girl is in love with a Nutcracker doll, but that doll doesn't come alive until after she goes to bed. And near the end of one of the battles, someone actually gets hurt. Good thing that the play was modified before everyone started having nightmares. Yee. And finally, the main message of the Nutcracker has 3 parts. Look beyond the mundane in order to find happiness in life, embrace your fantasies, and find your inner strength. That message was so beautiful and meaningful that making a joke about that would be a huge waste of time. And now, it's time for Tori's story. Okay, Tori, what's the story?
Hey guys, Tori Mullins here, and welcome back to Tori's story. So the next story I'm gonna be telling you is about the Nutcracker. And here's the story. As the Edwards family prepare for their Christmas party, Clara imagines the wonderful things that might happen. Her brother Frederick can't miss a moment to tease her and is only stopped by the arrival of their beautiful older sister, Louise. The party comes to life with lots of dancing, and the excitement builds. Uncle Drosselmeyer arrives with a huge box from his travels out of which come 2 sets of life-sized dancing dolls. This is not the only treat he has in store, and he presents Clara and Frederick with a strange wooden soldier doll. Clara is in awe of the little wooden name and is even more surprised when Uncle Drosselmeyer reveals the doll's ability to crack nuts. Frederick quickly becomes jealous. A fight follows, and soon the doll lies broken on the floor. Clara's tears dry as her uncle manages to repair the doll. The party ends, and Clara leaves her Nutcracker by the tree before going to bed. Unseen, Drosselmeyer remains behind and casts his magic. The end. That's the story about the Nutcracker. So I won't be doing the next story tomorrow because I'm going to my grandmother and grandfather's house to spend a night at their house for 3 nights. But don't worry, I'll be back Sunday to do the next story. So this is a message just for Ellie. So stay tuned for that. Bye guys.
Thank you very much, Tori. That was very fascinating. Let's have a moment for everyone, huh? Why do a lot of people love seeing a play called The Nutcracker during the holidays? Well, it combines the joy of Christmas with a lot of dancing. That's probably why. Then again, another reason why a lot of people love seeing it might be the fact that it stars a nutcracker. Now, The Nutcracker is more than just a play. It's a story that's being told with ballet music and ballet dancing. For those of you who might not be familiar with ballet dancing, let me explain. Ballet dancing is graceful dancing that you don't really see too often. I mean, when ballet dancers dance to ballet music, they usually dance with such grace and class that everyone in the audience can't help but applaud and give them a standing ovation at the very end. You know, ballet music is very graceful and classy as well. I mean, there are violins, cellos, French horns, pianos, flutes, and cymbals involved. Once you hear those instruments, you can easily tell that Christmas is right around the corner and that a ballet recital is about to begin. The Nutcracker is an iconic play, and if you ever get a chance to see it in the future, then you will truly understand why. Also, you will know how elegant, graceful, classy, and poised the ballet dancers are. Now, I know that this episode of Weeknight Update is a little more peculiar than the previous episodes were, but remember that this is the holiday season. But it is the holiday season, so please don't worry about that. Alright? Just sit back, relax, and enjoy the rest of the program. Now, let's have a little talking time, huh? As you know, the Nutcracker was originally written by E.T.A. Hoffman, and it was adapted by Alexandre Dumas Pierre, or Alexander Dumas Pierre. And the whole thing was set to music by Tchaikovsky. And the whole thing was choreographed by Marius Atipa. And this is crazy, all right? The Nutcracker's very first performance was during the Christmas season of 1892. That's right. And what's fascinating about the whole thing was that it didn't become global until 1934 when the Nutcracker Ballet was performed for the first time in England. And it wasn't until a decade later when the ballet was first performed here in the United States. So, yeah, that was very interesting. I don't know what else to say, except, wow. Now, although the Nutcracker is for everyone, you must understand this. The original story, The Nutcracker and the Mouse King, was not intended for children. Why? Well, the story had oppressive and cruel parents, evil curse-ridden rodents, and terrified runaway children who never returned home. Of course, that story influenced Edgar Allan Poe. Don't ask me why. Now, how about some random advice for the world, huh? If you start having dreams about being in a play called The Nutcracker, then you either need to see a doctor or start making your own version of The Nutcracker on YouTube. If you hear a song from The Nutcracker on the radio, then you need to finish your Christmas shopping so that you can see The Nutcracker. If a character from The Nutcracker sees you in person If a character from The Nutcracker sees you in person for the first time, then you should probably wake up because it's just a dream. And finally, if you start dancing to any song from The Nutcracker, then please talk to someone before you become a huge part of The Nutcracker. Now, this is your final chance to answer this week's comment of the week question, which is, what do you like the most about winter and why? Go over to the post section of my YouTube channel page and answer that question as honestly and as thoughtfully as you can. Or you and I will find out who this week's comment of the week winner will be. And you and I will talk about winter together. That's right, you and I will talk about winter with some help from Candy Bar Tunes, Toys Gaming Spot, Miles Shocker, Christian Fakey's, and GDQ YouTuber, aka GDQ. Will Ewa having the Dragon Ball Level 2004 return to this program? I don't know, but tomorrow night's program will be fantastic. Well, that's the news, and I am out, these 4x4.
There's something very special about this Christmas.
You bet there is, Pat. It's Nick at Night before Christmas. 5 classic Christmas specials back to back, celebrating peace on earth and goodwill to men.
Oh, yeah? Yeah!
Tune in Christmas Eve for the Honeymooners. Pat Boone, Sonny and Cher, Andy Williams, and of course, what would Christmas be without Garland?
Merry Christmas!
Don't miss Nick at Night before Christmas. Christmas Eve starting at 8, 7 Central, only on Nick at Night.